Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. So Bitcoin has rallied higher, pretty much reached that next upside target at 81,300. In the last video I shared with you that one more high is still likely. That one more high happened and we have now seen a bit of a pullback. Now people are already panicking. Is this now the crash? I mean, it's insignificant. Okay, it is insignificant at the moment. Too small. I can only say I'm watching for a top in this region. I mean, the wave count is now officially full, even on the smallest degree. But that doesn't mean it couldn't extend higher. That's why I gave you nano support here, which is now located at 76,818. This is the nearest support I can offer. I mean, 76,818, the price has already reacted to it, okay? So 76,818 to 78,924, best I can tell at the moment. And then below that, and that is going to be support for the blue fourth wave. I know it's not the clearest blue tone, is it? But that's because of the orange background as well. Don't want to make it too dark as well. So this would be our, so if upper support breaks 76,818, that's the first signal that a top of sorts is formed. Then we can watch for the price to possibly break below that red trend line. That would be obviously just a break below, it's not a trend line, a break below the last swing low. And then this is the support area that will come into focus. Essentially, there are many ways how this move to the upside can be interpreted, but I would label this as top in the third wave in blue, in our blue scenario. If you have watched the previous video where I covered the daily chart, then you know the blue scenario is the more aggressive bullish count. We will talk about that one tomorrow again in the first video. So if you are new on this channel and you want to see a little bit more context, either check out my video from earlier today where I covered the daily chart, or you can just come back tomorrow. We'll cover the daily chart tomorrow. And in this scenario, I'd like to see one more high in wave 5 of C of 3. And I would not be surprised for this wave 4 to hold, yeah? Because below 70,796, I have to assume that in the white scenario, the larger wave 4 is already starting. That wave 3 topped and that we're in the wave 4. So basically it's all about, first of all, watching, do we actually have a top in place? If not, further upside extensions are still possible against that micro support area. Okay, if we have some kind of a top, then it's between the blue and the white count. Both are, and that's the good news, bullish. So it's between a direct bullish scenario in blue, in which we get one more high in wave 5 of C of 3 before a larger wave 4 starts. Whereas in the white count, we already completed the third wave and the larger fourth starts, and then we get the final move up in this move up that started in August, okay? So that will all become clearer when we talk about the daily chart, but this video here isn't about the daily. It's simply about helping you to understand that we have reached the next fib extension level. We've seen a first small reaction to it. We have a bit of a pullback, but it can extend higher against this support area. So those are not support levels that I would really use for trading. I mean, maybe if you're scalping or something, right? But I would actually like to see this break, and then I think for better reward to risk ratio, there's this support area or the larger one down there. So that should tell you everything. I mean, the wave count is now full. I mean, I don't really have, there's nothing else there, you know. Of course it could extend higher. Yeah, and then this might be another 1-2 setup or so, but that's why I have the support area on the chart. But I don't want to make the chart more complex. It's pretty much just about, okay, look, it's fulfilled all the requirements, ready for a pullback. Does it mean a pullback has to happen? No. Sentiment is quite bullish at the moment. I see that on YouTube. I see that in the comments. I see that in our membership. So it might just extend higher, okay? And pullbacks, however, can be opportunities. So what I wanted to share as well is Bitcoin dominance briefly. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin dominance chart, because this chart reached target. Oh gosh, where are you? Why are you not? Okay, there you go. Let's just load. There you go. Because it reached target, this was the blue target zone I communicated to you in one of the last updates, We saw a few days ago up here the first dip. I mentioned, okay, we could be in the A wave now, off that wave 4. Target zone between 58.9 to 57.9%. We've come to this area now. We see a first reaction. Maybe we now start a bit of a B wave bounce. And then if this is forming a lower high, we should see one more low. Okay, and then if this turns into a 5 wave move down, however, it means a much more substantial top has formed. Okay, and 57.10%, that's first key support here. It's the orange support area. So that's just to give you some ideas, a bit of an idea of the tendencies on the Bitcoin dominance chart. And then we've got the USDT dominance, which also in, I think, 2 live streams ago, we looked at it and we already saw the decline, and the wave count hasn't changed since then. It's following through so nicely. I showed it to you a couple of times now as well, but overall, yeah, this is also following through nicely. Next support will be this swing low that formed earlier this year in March, and that would be a break below 3.8%. So that's looking really, really good, and that would suggest further that we could be on our way down to 2.7%. Again, it's only there to identify tendencies. This is not an absolute prediction because we're not dealing with a tradable asset here. But that should give you a good overview, so I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.